Hey guys, welcome back to another State of Decay 2 rare tip video from your boy Jaden. This time we're gonna go over your survivor's weapon and equipment loadout for general exploration. This does not cover specific tasks like going after plague hearts or killing hostile enclaves. Those topics deserve their own videos. As always, all these tips are for nightmare difficulty. Let's get started. This quote from Sun Tzu's Art of War isn't wrong. It's true in real life and especially true in a game like State of Decay 2. My experience in the hundreds of hours I've put into this game is that the number one cause of death on nightmare difficulty is biting off more than you can chew. Caution is king, and part of that is making sure you're properly equipped for the objective you're trying to achieve. Before we get to the actual meat of the video, allow me to give some general tips that's good advice no matter what situation you're in. Number 1. Always strive to be in light carry. Stamina is your most important resource. Your health may determine if you live or die, but mismanaging your stamina will guarantee you death all the same. Carrying capacity ties into stamina in a big way. Almost everything you do in game requires stamina. Light carry gives you a 50% discount. Medium carry charges you the full cost, while heavy carry makes you spend twice the amount. Try to keep yourself at light carry most of the time. The only time I would favor heavy carry is if you're heading home with full bags and you've cleared the way. Number 2. Drive everywhere if possible. There is absolutely no reason not to bring a vehicle wherever you go. They minimize or negate a majority of the dangers you'll be facing, whether it's handling ferals or getting away from a dangerous situation. The car is the best security blanket in the game. Unless your outpost or base is just a sprint away from where you plan on going, a car is always a good idea. Number 3. Bring a buddy. Recruit a fellow survivor so you effectively double the amount of loot you can haul back to base. Otherwise, if you like being able to sell your junk for influence as soon as possible, bring a member from your allied enclave. You'll pay 100 influence off the bat for their services, but it's easy to recoup that with the amount of junk you'll find exploring. With the recent patch and the buff to AI, your companion should be able to make quick work of those Zeds. At the very least, provide a good distraction while you get things under control. Also, NPCs have unlimited ammo, so use that to your advantage and equip their best gun on them. No spare ammo needed. For starting survivors, right out the gate, your main concern should be weight. Weight will always be a factor, but being in light carry is critical when your stamina bar is so small, just a few swings with your weapon or a short dash will cause you to be exhausted. For ranged weapons, I advise looking for a crossbow, preferably a light crossbow, if you're lucky enough to find them. Having a way to snipe with the assurance of safety is priceless. I would check log cabins and campsites for these. Fortunately, a few are within walking distance from the starting bases. Obviously, you'll need a spare slot for bolts. As for guns, look for 2 things in a gun: clip size and quietness. For clip size, if you're fortunate to find a weapon that has a 20 round clip or more, you can get away with not bringing any spare ammo. If you can't find or make a suppressor from your workshop, go for guns that use low caliber ammo like the 22. The smaller the caliber, the quieter they tend to be. For melee, stick to light, one-handed bladed or blunt weapons. Pay attention to the ease of use stat, which uses less stamina per swing. Weapons breaking in the middle of a fight used to be an issue. However, recent patches doubling the durability of all weapons have made less sturdy blades a viable option. For equipment, 1 slot for snacks and 1 slot for bandages or pills. Your objective should be to gather as much useful resources for your community as you can. Ideally, you want to be as efficient as possible doing this, because time is another resource that's often mismanaged. Excessive back and forth between the place you're looting and your base opens yourself to the risk of more freaks showing up. With this loadout, avoid anything that seems remotely a threat. Try to sneak kill everything. Crouch slide to travel faster. Your goal is to loot as much as you can without enemies noticing you. Now for experienced survivors, at this point, your survivors should be coming into their own skills. Your focus might have shifted from just surviving each day to expanding your territory and clearing plague hearts. Remember, you can pass your best equipment to your next survivor once your current survivor gets tired. Equip your loud shotguns and any 50 caliber rifles you may have been lucky to find on those manning your watchtower. For ranged, crossbows are still a viable weapon at this point, but be aware that they aren't much use against fast-moving targets like ferals or if you get cornered and swarmed by a horde. If you're lucky enough to have found the special goods trader that sells the repeating crossbow, that would be the only crossbow I would use for the long term. As for guns, you may have gotten one of the better assault rifles by now. At the very least, you can grab a custom AK-47 for around 400 influence that can hold a 40-round clip from ammo traders and suppress it. Crafting a handmade suppressor for your main weapon shouldn't be hard by now. You can purchase a professional suppressor from a red talon trader that randomly appears as a timed quest. On the weekends, a mysterious merchant may show up with an advanced suppressor for sale. I recommend dropping everything and going after them as soon as possible. Special mention goes to the pyro launcher. It's overpowered for costing only 1000 influence. Get it as soon as it is available. It can kill everything except juggernauts and their plague variant, but you can run away from them. Ferals may take several rounds to kill, but you may still want to go for a headshot to conserve ammo. At the very least, you can book it while they're rolling around on the ground. For melee, this is more about how you built your survivor than it is about what weapon to use. If you're using swordplay, focus on the lethality stat because your strength is removing enemies from the field as fast as possible. Striking, pay attention to the knockdown because your strength will be crowd control. Not so much killing, but keeping your enemy on the ground and incapacitated. For close combat, this is a great skill because you don't have to worry about weapon durability, and you can handle single to small crowds. It's a dangerous skill to have if you're all alone and you're surrounded, however. Heavy weapons are a work in progress. Right now, there isn't a good incentive to prefer it over the other styles, unless you want to melee juggernauts, which isn't worth it because there are more safer and efficient ways to deal with them, such as, for equipment, pipe bombs. This is your panic button. Never leave home without it. At least 4 of these should be inside the backpack of the character you're playing as at all times. At the cost of 2 ammo and 38 parts for 3 bombs, they are the cheapest, most efficient insurance against plague juggernauts. One of these exploding will stagger any juggernauts in range, while 4 will make them kneel, allowing you to execute them. It will also dismember, knock down, or even outright kill any other Zed in the area. This is the difference between running away, dying, or standing your ground and finishing what you set out to do. These tie in perfectly with the pyro launcher, giving you an efficient way to deal with the only threat the weapon could not handle. With this setup, you can pretty much handle anything that's thrown at you. You'll still have to make a strategic retreat once in a while, but you might start looking forward to exploring and doing supply runs instead of being filled with a sense of overwhelming dread all the time. As always, if you have any questions, suggestions on new videos, or you just want to say hi, please drop a line on the comments. If you learned anything new, like the video, and you want to see more videos like this, please hit the subscribe button followed by the notification bell so you're informed the second I drop a new video. My goal is to upload at least a video a week. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this video. This is Jaden doing as gaming does. Peace!